Okay, so I figured let me make this video because I might not be the only one going through this, okay? Uh, Global grief, let's just say, right? The whole world is probably going through something that you're going through as a whole. And so therefore in the micro, on the small scale, you're going to feel an immense amount of it. Right? So right now I've been working through a lot of guilt and a lot of separation and these patterns, right, that are pretty much associated with trauma. And these things, what they'll do is they'll leech their hooks into your skin as you're getting closer and closer and closer to the life that you're looking for. And then they'll try to pull you back. Okay, all for you to come back to them instead of you running away from the guilt or from the grief that you're feeling, from the anger, from all of these things they're bothering you in your day-to-day. Okay, let's just say you're pissed off. Let's just say you've had enough. Let's just say it feels like you're being broken down. And by broken down, I'm talking about you're being broken down from a building that was once concrete to a building that's now essentially small stones and dust. Total rebuild. They're going to sweep the floor, pour a new foundation, and get going from there. That might be the process that you're in right now. And if you're there, I'm right there with you because this is what happens in life, right? And so when you ask for more, you'll get more, but you'll also forget that on the upside, you'll get more, but on the downsides, you will get more. So you're being tested. Your capacity is being tested right now. And you have to not give so much of a fuck. And you have to trust more that God has your back. You have to trust that everybody that's ever loved you, that love is still here with you right now. It's showing up for you. And it might show up in a way that actually needs you to cry it out first. It needs you to be vulnerable. It needs you to cry and ask for help. It needs you to ask yourself for forgiveness. It needs you to forgive those people that have fucked you over. Okay? There are people who really, really have probably fucked you over, and you need to forgive them. Because if you can't forgive them, then how are you going to ever forgive yourself? If you can't forgive yourself, then how are you going to ever forgive them? Right? That's why forgiveness is the key, right? We need to give forward. We need to give up all this stuff that's holding us back and give it to God and trust that God's going to help us. But when the ego or the separation complex, right, the ego mind and the pain body come through, it's going to make that very difficult for you. It's going to make you feel like you're moving around in molasses. And yeah. So for anybody who's struggling with grief, I think leaning into the feeling of, hey, this does not feel good. This actually feels terrible. I don't like these feelings. I want these feelings to go away. All that stuff, you need to lean into it and you need to feel it. You need to express yourself. You need to allow these things to be there without you trying to run away from them. And you need to allow yourself some grace. You need to give yourself some grace. Ask God for help. Ask Jesus Christ for help. Ask the angels for help. Ask your higher self for help. Source, the universe, whatever you want to call it. They're here trying to help us every single day. Meanwhile, you're over here trying to dig yourself a bigger hole because you think you're not enough. And when you start coming from the place of you are enough, you are complete, you're whole, you are fulfilled. I do things for that reason. I like to play. I like to have fun. That's when you get the best results because you don't really give a fuck. You just want to have fun. You want to be you. So don't let some fucking dickheads make you think that you shouldn't be you, that you should just stop doing your thing, right? Sometimes it's okay to pull away from things and stop giving so much energy to things that aren't paying you, right? It's important to do that, but there's also a balance. So yeah, I say this with my chest because there's somebody out there who's probably going through the same thing, just in a different experience, right? They might not be liking what they're going through right now. Cup of tea. Enjoy my cup of tea. I had a little sandwich. Let me just enjoy the sandwich today. And a cup of tea. I enjoyed a walk outside with no phone, just my dog and my thoughts on God. You know, little things, guys, because all this stuff adds up and gives you high vibration, gives you this momentum, upward spiral trajectory, right? Versus a downward spiral where you're trying to dig yourself up and you, the doer, the egoic separate self, is trying to get yourself out of it by being more and more separate, and that's not the truth. The truth is, you're already whole. You're already successful. You're already good at it. You already know what you want, except you already know what you want, right? But so then closing the gap between, well, why aren't you doing it then? So I hope this video finds somebody. It opens up your heart. It helps you think differently. It helps you get back into the optimist groove, right? Into the good vibes, because the world is full of this chaos and this stuff that we want to criticize and call nasty. And all that stuff is really just unconscious muck that we haven't shown our light on and given our love to. And when we start loving it more and give our light to it and forgive, we'll start to realize that the whole world is alleviated, and we actually alleviate ourselves, right? And so when we alleviate ourselves, we're doing that for the world. And that's the message that had to come out today. With the messy hair, with the pimple on the face, with crooked bottom teeth. Guys, stop giving a fuck, right? And share your love. That's the message I'm getting right now. So, peace.